Hello and welcome to Non-Stop Wrestling Chat. My name is Barry and this is your Hogmanay special, guys. Happy Hogmanay. There might be some of you out there that haven't heard Hogmanay before. Hogmanay is the term for Scotland that we use for New Year. A term in Scotland, in Scots, our original language, in Gaelic, to celebrate New Year. It's the final day of the year. It's always when we first start our celebration. And we normally had our celebrations into the early hours of the first day, and then we also had this. We get the second off, so the second is our bank holiday. This year's good because it's in Scotland. It's deferred until Monday, so we've got literally from Thursday till the Tuesday off, which is pretty cool. It depends if you work for an English business, you don't get it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and that notification bell, and let's get into today's show. Also, sorry for the history lesson about Hogmanay. Right, guys, let's get into it. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go through my top matches of the year first. Then I'm going to tell you what my top match is. So, I've got top 20, and the number one spot is the top match of the year, obviously. Wrestler of the year, I've got two for this, male and female. Team of the year, best moment of the year, and the best stable of the year. So, before we get into it, guys, let me know in the comments below what your favourite match is, even a top 5 or who you think's the best wrestler of the year or whatever. Just you let me know. A lot of these were going to be influenced from different things, just things like matches that I've watched and really enjoyed, that I've spent time with my kids enjoyed. Like I says, guys, this list I took down, I told you yesterday in the Impact review, I took down from 50. The 50 was a bit of a stretch, you know what I mean? There wasn't 50 great matches this year. I took it from 50 down to 30 and I got it to 20. It's just mostly the matches that I've kind of been enjoying and watching. There is other ones outside it from like AAA, ICW, Japan, stuff like that. This is mostly stuff that's been on the channel. There's a few Japanese stuff in here, but yeah. There's a lot that I've enjoyed this year. Let's get into the list. So we're going to start with number 20, which is AJ versus Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. It was a great match. Number 19, we've got Sami Zayn versus Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles. Clash of the Champions ladder match. I loved that. See the way they had the handcuff in Jeff's ear and the action in it was just really, really good. It was a really fun match. 18, we've got Ria Ripley versus Dakota Kai, NXT. I loved this match. Really was a great match. I think these two, Ria Ripley especially, but Dakota Kai, I don't think they worked well together in the past, but this one, they're starting to work really better. And I really think these people are people to watch. Obviously, the two of them are great wrestlers, but somebody you should keep your eye on. Ria Ripley, I think she's going to be the biggest star in the future. 17, Charlotte Flair versus Ria Ripley, WrestleMania 36. I love this one because it gave Ria Ripley that main stage. A lot of people don't watch NXT, might have not known who she was, and a lot of new eyes came onto WrestleMania this time because it was really the only thing that was going in the first lockdown. The first kind of quarantine thing that we had. But Ria Ripley really got good eyes on her, and I've liked her work for years, but this was definitely a point when I was like, this is somebody that I really want to enjoy and watch and get into. Unfortunately, she was out for a little bit of time there, but I love this match as well. Number 16, we've got Edge versus Randy Orton, Backlash, the greatest wrestling match ever. Which it wasn't the greatest wrestling match ever, but it was a really fun match, and it showed these two guys could still go. Giving them just, here you go wrestle, guys. You know what I mean? Like, they went out there and they fucking put some good matches on. 15, the Impact World Title Elimination match. Ace Austin versus Eddie Edwards versus Trey versus Rich Swann versus Eric Young. This was Impact's match of the year, and definitely it should be up there. It was a great match. And number 14, Impact World Tag Team Title match. The Motor City Machine Guns versus the North. These guys had a whole little feud going on, which I really, really liked, and I really loved this match. Number 13, the WrestleMania Orton versus Edge Last Man Standing match. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that didn't like this match at all, that thought it was a waste of time, it was stupid, shouldn't have done it, all this kind of stuff. I thought this was great. it was cool seeing both of these guys go at it in WrestleMania, and it was one of the best attractions for people that I know that weren't there in wrestling, that maybe watched it years ago, that remember like Edge, and they got to see these two guys go at it. Even a funner story, guys. One of my friends who hasn't watched wrestling since 1999, when we were like 8, hasn't watched wrestling, and he got back into it at this point, like 2000. No, 2099, around that time. So like 8, 9. He got back into watching it this year because of the lockdown. He lost his job, he had nothing really to do. He got the network, and he used to sit and watch it, and he just loved watching like Edge still go at it and stuff like that, which I think was pretty cool. Number 12, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, Hell in a Cell. This put Roman Reigns back on the map. The stuff that Jey Uso and Roman Reigns done here made Roman Reigns believable as a bad guy. And that goes to show how good of a wrestler and how good of a talker now that Roman Reigns is. But how good of a wrestler to be able to put over Roman Reigns as the believable mega bad guy was Jey. 11, Bayley versus Sasha Banks, Hell in a Cell. I'm not a big fan of Bayley, guys. I hold my hands up. I always tell you I'm not a fan of her, but this was a great match. Number 10, we've got the Young Bucks and FTR versus Lucha Bros and the Butcher and Blade, AEW Firefest. I love this one. Really great match. Seemed to be all over the place sometimes, but it was a good match. Number 9, this is the NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 14. I'll just say that. Okada versus Ibushi. Brilliant match, guys. I love this match. I've been to Japan. I've seen wrestling in Japan. I've done some work over there, and definitely this was a great match. Number 8, Walter versus Dragunova. Drag. We'll just call them Drag. NXT UK. You know what match I'm talking about. This was a fantastic match. Really was a great match, and definitely has to be one of the best NXT UK matches that there has been. Number 7, the men's Royal Rumble match, WWE Royal Rumble 2020. Lesnar dominating in that ring as well. Drew McIntyre getting the win. Edge returning. It was probably one of the last big pay-per-views with all those people there. It was so good. But yeah, it was good. And I think this year was going to be a great year in wrestling. But COVID happened. Number 6, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus Young Bucks, AEW Revolution. I love this match. I love Omega and Page. It was a really good match. Number 5, AJ versus Drew, TLC. Fantastic match. These two guys put on a really good match, and it was a great opener. Number 4, Owens versus Reigns, TLC. Great match. Really, really was a fantastic match. Number 3, this is one a lot of people don't think I was going to put in here. Undertaker versus AJ Styles, Boneyard match, WrestleMania 36. What a fantastic match that was. It really was the first, that style of match that we've seen. And it was such a great match, such a fun match. It was a good way to say bye to Taker. It was a good way to use AJ as the man to say bye to, and it was just a really cool match. Number 2, NXT in Your House, Shirai versus Charlotte versus Ria Ripley. Fantastic match. Really was a fantastic match. And for me, guys, this year, my number 1 match spot goes to NXT for the Women's War Games. This is arguably wasn't the best War Games, okay? But I watched it with my kids and they loved it. I watched it with my partner, she loved it. I got some of my friends that have got back into wrestling to watch it. They loved it. And I loved it. So I had to just give it that number 1 spot. Now, like I says, guys, this list is personal to me. So don't hit out in the comments that you think I'm wrong because this should have been number 1 and stuff like that. That's fine. What you think should have been number 1 is cool. Let me know in the comments below so then I can talk to you about it. Because I love reading your comments, guys. I love when you give me some input and stuff. It helps me create the next video as well. Okay, so we're going to go into the best of. So, the best stable of the year. These people I didn't like for such a long period of time. I really did not get them. I didn't like them. I wasn't interested in them. I used to think the segments were pish and I just didn't like it. I went back and watched a lot of their stuff to enjoy the nuance of it. The Hurt Business. I didn't give them the best. I was like, no, don't like them straight away. I was like, it's going to be another one of those Evolution silly fucking things that WWE is going to do. Just copy what Evolution done. But I'm really enjoying it, giving these guys, and they're making them really good. They're putting them over, letting them have time to build. I'm loving it. Hurt Business, great. Best stable of the year. Best team of the year. So the best kind of tag team of the year. For me, ones that have made the biggest splash, that have done things differently. They've kind of went out on their own. They've not done many matches, but they've went out on their own and done something different and good. The Good Brothers. They went to Impact Wrestling. They could have went to AEW or back to Japan or signed back with WWE or whatever. I don't know, like all that kind of stuff. But great team. One to definitely watch coming out of 2021. Now, wrestlers of the year, male and female. I'm going to start first with male. Do you know what I was going to put here was Drew, because when he won and it's just been a steady incline for him. But the one that I really have to put here, guys, is Roman Reigns. I did not give a shit about this guy coming out of this year at all. I really was not interested in him. He's oversold, he's shoved down your throat. I couldn't care less about it. But he's turned it around and I love watching his content. I really love watching him work. I love his in-ring stuff. I know it hasn't changed that much, but I love his with Paul Heyman. I really love it, and he's my male wrestler of the year. Female wise, I have to give it to one of my favourite wrestlers, Ria Ripley. She is fantastic in the ring. I know there's stuff out there saying she lost confidence or she was injured, whatever it was. I don't care. She's fucking great in the ring. She deserves everything she gets. If she goes to the main roster, they need to give her some sort of, just give her the belt straight away and let her go on a streak. The woman's great in the ring. Yeah, I think she's the best wrestler in NXT at the moment, and I probably would say she's close to being the best female wrestler in WWE. Now, the other person that I was going to put here who is the best female wrestler in WWE is Sasha Banks, but I gave it to Ria Ripley just because I enjoy her content a little bit more than Sasha Banks. Now, guys, before I let you go for I love yous and leave yous, I want to play some tributes to the people we lost this year. Yeah, some tributes to the people that we lost this year, guys. So, we lost quite a lot. I'm just going to go through the list. So, Bob Armstrong. Sorry guys, I can't get the words out. Right, we'll start the list again. Bob Armstrong, Brody Lee, Danny Hodge, Hannah Kimura, Howard Finkel, Kamala, Kevin Green, La Parker, Pat Anderson, Road Warrior Animal, Rocky Johnson, Shad, Tony Lister, aka Zeus. So we lost quite a lot of people this year. For me personally, it would probably be Brody was the biggest upset. I would probably say Brody was the biggest upset, but every single one of these guys, Howard Finkel, Pat Patterson, Road Warrior Animal, Hannah, Danny, fucking everybody there really was like a big loss to the wrestling industry. And yeah, it has been a hard year for the wrestling industry. It definitely has. And that's a hard year going for the COVID stuff, the no audience, no crowd, the Thunderdome, like try to change the game. And that's the best thing that I love about wrestling, is they went out there and they tried to change the game, and they helped do it for other sports as well. For all those people that we've lost this year, guys, we can raise a glass of whiskey, or if you don't drink, just say a prayer, or don't believe in God, point to the sky, believe in, I don't know, take some mushrooms, I don't know what you do. Do whatever you do, just remember people are passing away within the wrestling industry. We've got this COVID thing going on. If you believe it, you don't. We're in it, so we need to try and get out of it. So who knows what's going to happen in 2021. I hope wrestling gets the benefit that it needs. It really has been there for people during this COVID time. Like I said, some people I know have came back to watching it. And I really think the best thing that's going to come from 2021 is the consistency that wrestling has. And ending this, I want to thank every single one of you guys out there that have subscribed to my channel, that like my videos, that watch my content, that listen to a baldy, beardy Scottish guy rabble on about professional wrestling when he's on his breaks from his work. You know, you know, like it means more to me than you know. And yeah, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, guys, enjoy your new year, enjoy your Hogmanay, celebrate like a Scotsman, and I'll see you here Saturday for the SmackDown review, and the weekends, as always, for your watch-alongs. Only thing is, Friday, tomorrow, New Year's Day, Hogmanay Day, there's not going to be any content up. The reason there's no content is, well, I'm spending it with family. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. See you later.